Good morning everybody and welcome back to another video here. Today on the channel, instead of having Noctine's Oracle, I'm doing a build tutorial. And that build tutorial for today is going to be this SS Guardian from Skyward Sword. And I'm going to show you how to build it, talk you through it step by step. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, and if you haven't seen the video of me actually showcasing how I made this guy and then obviously all of his details up close, I recommend you go and check that out. It was the video uploaded just before this on the channel. So have fun with that. Right, so the first thing you're obviously going to do is go and grab this piece here. Now this is a white bracket facing upwards, and then we're going to get two horizontal clips with any of the O types, and we're going to attach the two onto the side of this bracket as I'm doing now. So you should have a build that looks something like this. Two clips attached to that. Then grab a 1x2 white brick and place it on top so that it is now flush with the top of the bracket. Now this piece could be replaced by a 1x2 white plate. However, I have this bracket piece here, which I'm attaching like this with the big end pointing away from the bracket. And this is so that we could attach a transparent rod to hold him up or position him in the ground, which I think is a neat addition, but obviously not required. Then we're going to grab two 1x1 white bricks with one modified stud on the side and place them sideways facing in the same direction as the clips. And then we're cap off the build of his body with a bracket facing downwards. Just to tile it in, and obviously we're going to add our decoration panel just over here. So that just goes on the front of our brackets and we actually have our body done. Focusing next on the head, I'm going to grab one of these white sloped pieces here. You can technically do anything with this. I mean, this is one of the more rarer pieces in this model, but I'm going to attach a 1x2 white plate to the underside, followed by attaching those to another upper bracket, which creates this nice smooth part of the back of his head. Now we're going to be working on this bracket side. We're going to grab a 1x2 plate and attach it to the front, followed by a 1x1 modified plate with a toothpiece in white pointing out to either side for the ears of the Guardian. We'll grab a 2x2 white plate and put that on the front. And then we'll grab our other decorated piece, the 2x3 pentagonal tile, and attach that on the front as well, which creates our head, which just sits nicely on the body like that. Moving on, we're going to talk about the legs next. I'm only going to show you how to build the right leg, and the left leg is an exact mirror. So for the upper leg, we're going to grab a hinge piece like this, and we're going to grab a ball joint and we're going to put the ball joint on the back of the hinge. Now this is specific to this so that his legs don't seem too close together. We're then going to grab one of these grilled pieces, and to sort of illustrate the skirt, we're going to put it down like this. So you should have an assembly like this, which we can then actually attach to his body, and just like that with the slope facing down and inwards as shown. Cool. Now let's do the foot. We'll grab a light grey ball joint and a 1x2 bracket, and we're going to put it this way. So for the right leg, your bracket needs to be facing left. We'll then grab a 1x1 plate and put it on the bottom piece, as well as this cheese slope, which not only looks like a toe, but also allows him to stand up. And this just pops on the ball joint of the leg, and he'll look like that. He will look a bit weird at this stage when we attach our mirrored left leg. So exactly the same pieces, just mirrored like I mentioned. And he will look weird until we add the arms, because they are where the majority of the bulk of this character comes from. So that's a pretty cursed image. But then again, just like we did before, let's start building our arm. Now, one of the harder pieces to put together is going to be this ball joint piece. In fact, I can't actually take mine out. So we have a 1x2 ball joint with the 1x1 toe ball socket from the bar collection in dark bluish grey here. And that is attached nicely there. We're then going to grab a 1x2 plate, and we're going to stick it like this so that it has a hangover, followed by this inverted slope piece, which we're going to put underneath. Just like so. We're then going to grab a 1x1 bar piece. Any color will do. I've chosen black. Let's get the camera to focus. And we're just sort of going to angle it off in that direction before adding the 1x2 wedged plate, and then a 1x2 white slope over the top, which gives you this sort of assembly. And then this can attach into his arm socket, just plug it into the modified ball joint, and it sort of creates that like baggy clothing look for him. For the hand, we're going to just grab a 1x1 round stud with hole in the middle and a 1x1 modified brick. This is so that the hammer goes in, which we'll do last, and then just slide it onto the end of the toe ball. Beware, this is the weakest part of the entire model. In fact, if your toe ball is stiff, the hand may come off. But then again, what can you do? Some connections just don't like it. And then, as I said, the arm is exactly mirrored. You can almost use any combination of modified brick for the hand. It doesn't really matter. But just mirror the exact build I did earlier and plug it on into the other arm. Nice. Right. Our Guardian is pretty much done. We just need to build his fearsome weapon. And for that, we are going to grab a 1x6 grey bar, and we're going to slide 3 of these rocket cone pieces onto his hammer. Now, I actually recommend that you keep the little angles, so you see the little fins on the rockets at opposites like this, to just add a bit of variation to these spikes on his club, which is more accurate to the source material. Then as far as attaching it to his hand goes, we can slide the bar into the top end of the Erling. You don't need to slide it in too far for it to be a good fit. And then we can put a lightsaber hilt on the other side, which makes it look like he's actually holding the hammer. Now, if I just get his arm positioned nicely, you'll see that, voila, we have an SS Guardian that you can do at home. Obviously, the decals are going to be completely down to you. In fact, maybe you can brick build the details. If anyone can, I will pin their comment and share it in a future video. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this quick look into how to build this wondrous person from the custom set showcase, which is a lovely addition to any LEGO Zelda fans collection. And in the meantime, I shall see you next time. Bye-bye.